So, Carson Wentz just got traded from the Eagles to the Colts for a 2021 third rounder and a 2022 second rounder that could become a first rounder if I believe Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps, or if he plays 70% of the snaps and then takes the Colts to the playoffs. Very likely the Colts are a playoff team, but 75% of the snaps for Carson Wentz, with his injury history, I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting if he can sustain that. Now, he is a ginger, so that does help. But the rest of his body is, damn, I don't know if he can stay healthy. But anyways, I like the trade for both teams. The Eagles, if they must have confidence in Hurts being their franchise quarterback. And then Colts that needed a quarterback, I think Wentz can be better than what Rivers was this year. I don't think Rivers, and he was still pretty good, but you can tell obviously he retired, so he was kind of washed. But I mean, he was all right. He was terrible for fantasy, but now he's gonna spend his time now with his 100 kids, and I bet he'll enjoy that. But yeah, for Wentz, I mean, he still was almost an MVP a few years ago, and then all of a sudden everyone thinks he sucks. Now, he was very bad last year, and there was some injury issues to the offensive line, and obviously he was throwing to a bunch of no-name guys. But I still think he can be potential to be at least, at the very minimum, a Kirk Cousins type. There's no reason why he can't be a Kirk Cousins type quarterback. He still has all the physical tools for why he was drafted so high, and he's mobile, which helps. He still has a running game, and the Colts' offensive line is so good. They're going to be able to protect him so well, and he hasn't had that good offensive line since the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And every year after that, I mean, obviously they still have talented guys, but he's had so many injuries to the offensive line with Philly. But now the question is also for his weapons on offense. He's got, obviously, Jonathan Taylor, who could be potentially be a very good running back. And he's got, obviously, a very good scat back, and Nyheim Hines, who could be like his Darren Sproles, like how Sproles was early on in his career and Wentz's career. And obviously, you got T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell, Zach Pascal. So you got some solid wide receivers. Michael Pittman could end up being a very good receiver. I don't think T.Y. Hilton's a wide receiver one anymore. I think he's kind of washed. Yeah, and then tight ends, they got some decent tight ends, and Burton, Mo Alley Cox, and Jack Doyle. I'd be curious to see if they go after Zach Ertz. I don't know how that would do for contracts. Yeah, so I really like all they had to give up was a third rounder this year and a second rounder next year. So I think definitely an investment that was worth the risk. And then for the Eagles, obviously, if Hurts is their guy, then they get, obviously they got to pay the $33 million in dead cap from Wentz, but if they can get that contract off their books, and then they had Hurts, got some couple more picks to use to hopefully draft O-line and fix some of their defensive holes. And the Eagles, I mean, if Hurts can be competent, because the division's so shitty, they could be back in the playoffs next year, but you never know when you got Danny Dimes and Taylor Heineke, two just amazingly good quarterbacks. And then Cowboys with Dak, who knows? I'll be very excited to see how this plays out over the next couple years.